Hey, who are these guys, man? Bash, uko wapi bana?
You guys maze ndo naingia Lang'ata Road maze kuna jam mbaya. We, change bana kiasi maze huko nda hata kwenda na change yangu jo.
Hey, Jorge. Where you at, man?
I can't talk now. I'm driving. But niko almost.
You guys.
The big Bash man. Karibu, man. What happened, man?
Mingine crazy sana pale Lang'ata.
Oh, jam, eh? Jorge.
Wait. Ndotoka kwa wapi?
Sindio mimi huyu bana.
Hey, Empress.
Full house bana.
Full house, man. Karibu, man. Let's do this. All right, guys, welcome to a special edition of the Kishingai podcast.
Yes, sir.
Okay, today we have a big fish in the building.
Yeah, I think our guest today may confirm that Uganga inafanya kazi. Ever since we added traditional regalia, we've been able to hook.
You guys bought this shit pale Kibe viewpoint. Everybody looks at that shit. I keep looking at that shit. I'm like, should I buy it? No, today.
But that's why
today's. But you guys had that day.
Like, but it was 3-5. I don't know if I get gong at me, man.
You guys, but it comes with good
that's
fortune.
That's the cost of a whole mbuzi, you guys.
But I was wondering about that.
But you're
I'm like, what if you just buy the goat?
And then you skin it yourself.
Yeah.
So you bought it for 3-5?
Yeah, man. From some old man.
And then what does it do for you?
No,
it brings amazing guests.
Like when you bring Chile's here, do they get turned on?
Yeah, they remove their clothes and rack a sun. Check it, oh my God, look at that sheepskin. Check it.
Are you playing that shit on this
See, we try to keep this studio.
That's the thing I don't understand.
But there's also that thing of, you see how they say Kibe, when you have sex in a car, you'll get an accident. There's no superstitions.
You never know that Suara.
No,
but have you ever done that stuff of if you pull a chick in a moti, you'll most likely get a flat tire.
No, flat tire or an accident.
Your engine will knock.
Yeah.
Do you believe in that shit?
How does that make sense?
No,
when tumeenda shule, even for 5 minutes, ataka nikupitia. How does that stuff still make sense to you? Utapita kwa gari alafu. You know something known as the Mile High Club.
Yeah, the people who have sex on the aircraft.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a thing.
Are you part of the club?
No, I've not done it yet.
Oh, but it's somewhere on the list.
Kuna time dog ikifika lazima nifanye.
Yeah.
So watakunyambia hiyo ndege inafanya anguke ndio tumedija na huko juu.
Wase wengine wanaona mkienda kwa choo wako na tafadhali mapumziko tunataka kufika salama.
Ni nini
mnaenda ku?
Wewe shekula na kwa nini kwa gari?
Ikisonga.
Haikuwa na swara in the future. The future of that guy.
I mean, swara is swara. You just depend on who you attach the swara to. Swara will full time. Yeah. So wewe sai ukitoka hapa wewe ushikwe na flat unasema Kibe alikuwa ni swara. Swara is swara. Things happen in life. It just depends who you attach the swara to. But yes, nishakula na so there's a time this time I used to have this very nice beautiful girl called Christine. Very nice beautiful girl. She could suck a dick like you've never seen. Bro, of all the chicks who've ever sucked my dick, this chick was a dick sucker par excellence.
I think wanaitwanga eaters.
Dick sucker pro man.
Udewa kwa namazeo dick na shanga. Is she like the female version of Woody? The dick disappears. I'm like, this God damn it.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Na uoni hapa. Ojeke ungeliona hapa labda kuna kitu.
Nikaa kuna compartment
pale. Ina disappear yani
inatokea kwa dimension nyingine.
Unaona bila wa Nigeria ukuleo ya mfufu yao. They take a big thing and they throw it in there and it disappears. It's like cotton candy. I'm like, my dick is cotton candy.
Ina dissolve.
Candy floss.
One day we are leaving tunatoka place inaitwa Tamasha. Hey bro, she was just like me. She was as promiscuous as I was.
Yeah.
So tukiendesha nacheza naye, she had very nice tits. Sasa Kikuyu, so nasa pia ilikuwa nini kidogo it's a bit mbala. But tits are from
Nasa ilikuwa ewola.
Nasa ilikuwa upset.
Na hiyo stereotype ni ukweli Kibe. Like is it like true that like Kikuyu women rasa?
Oh no. A typical Kikuyu woman does not have an ass. So if you meet a Kikuyu woman who has an ass, the mother is a cheater. The mom is lying to the father about the paternity of that child. Madam typical wa Kikuyu wanajulikana top heavy, flat.
But there's a scientific reason for that.
So fuck that some bullshit.
This guy's
Sikia story yangu. So tunaenda Lang'ata, nilikuwa naishi Lang'ata, keja ingine smart sana, ka one bedroom. Tukafika hapo Uhuru Gardens, Dema akasema fuck it. Tukamwambia hebu toa nguo kwanza ukalie deki. Bro, Dema alitoa nguo na akalia deki. So anaendesha kagari kalikuwa katoa Corolla.
Oh, while driving?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see, can I see where we are going? Because if I die, I die. Very nice. So yes, and that car didn't have an accident.
Oh, till date.
I don't know why.
Maybe the guy who bought that car is dead right now, man.
Hey,
Can't say it'll be you and that chick.
I guess that's the way life goes. I am a killer.
Kibe ulisema double it and pass it to the next person.
Why am I going to catch feelings about a bitch? Yeah. So I've moved on.
Yeah. No, but Karibu, man, thanks for gracing our pod.
Thank you for inviting me, man.
You're fresh from Diani right now.
Fresh from Diani. Still smelling of flat tummies.
Naona bado uko na mchanga kwa longi bado white neighbor.
All I'm smelling is flat tummies, bro. Huko is the land of flat tummies. You know, fieka huko ni aje. Mwaka siku hizo umeanza kujuana. Yaani Kibe ulikuwa na rafiki yako juzi. Unataka hizo mbili moja.
But comparatively to Nairobi, Diani, Nairobi, where do you spend the rest of your life?
Oh, easily Diani.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I like the weather. I like the weather. The weather in Diani is perfect. It's hot the way I like it.
You think it's an age thing? Like you go older and you decide to...
Yeah, I think it is because there's a time I couldn't imagine living out of Nairobi. Yeah, there's a time I used to think Nairobi was end all be all, you know. I was supposed to be like, this thing, Nairobi is the thing. So I couldn't imagine myself living anywhere else but Nairobi. Nairobi in New York, New York fanya nini na Nairobi ndio hii. At that time I thought I was a king of Nairobi. And then I grew older and then I started slowing down. I used to do 3 hours a night. Now I'm doing 1, I'm useless around. And if she's very lucky, I'm doing an hour in the morning. I was like, hey, it's time to slow down, motherfucker.
Honest work, like it.
Yeah. I mean, work is work, right?
But 1 hour a night is good enough.
I think that's average.
No?
No, I mean,
like more than
think
1 hour is great.
Think about it, you guys, you have a bitch in the bed, or on the bed, depending on where you went to school. And you people have only 1 drop.
If it's a fresh chick.
Then once I'm travel out, I'm travel J squad. What you're doing is you're throwing her back to the streets. Yeah, so that's what I do now. I come, I take I taste, I check it, and then I throw it back to. You donate it back to the public. Back to the end of the Falaka. How am I 26-year-old?
Let me ask you, have you ever wondered, like, the universal sign for poor performance in bed is the man sitting on the edge of the bed thinking about, like, kama kwa sigara unaanga wakionyesha kuhusu impotence, like it's always a man sitting at the edge of the bed being like, fuck, like,
but that's only when your focus is pleasing the woman.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you're not thinking about pleasing the woman, whether it's 1 minute, whether she's satisfied or no, that's her business. Kuna madildo zinajaa pale, zimeshikwa container ngapi pale.
Zinauzwa hadi kwa wines and spirits.
You know Morris Madeka, right?
Yeah, I know Morris Madeka.
You're saying the responsibility of coming is on the chick. Like she should have, like, it's her responsibility to come just like us guys, it's our responsibility. It shouldn't be burdened on the channel. Have you heard that stuff?
I mean, it's like telling me, it's like tumetoka kudisha, ndio? Tumeletewa nyama pale. The responsibility of you getting food is on you. Wewe kula mpaka ushibe. Chakula ndio hii kwa sinia. Why would you put that responsibility on me? So you're going to have sex. Sex is a very one-way thing. It is me who wants the satisfaction. You might want money. I mean, think about it. Most bitches want money. They don't want satisfaction because they know where to get satisfaction. So why would I focus on her satisfaction?
When all the bitches are Isapok. Some of them are...
Just say it again. I didn't know.
As in, what in Mapok? See, maybe some want...
love.
Including your aunt. I was going to say your mother, but including your aunties. Your mom is dead. So your mom was a hoe. Mom was a hoe, my nigga. You see what she did? She hibernated. So some of these hoes do that. They hibernate. They go, they okota kijama huko nje, get some toys with him. Then once that guy is done, fuck! She goes back to Hawaii. What do you think they do with these pastors? Hey, I'm going to church and I have to go to mkutano. She's going to hold the pastor.
My mother cleared after my dad died.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, so both your parents are dead?
Yeah.
You cry over it, man, it's something you go through.
Started doing
I don't
podcasts.
cry.
Oh, so this is how it's healing, eh?
Yeah.
When did you mother
He's venting.
Last year actually.
Ah, so it's still,
Last year in April actually.
it's still very fresh. Eh?
Yeah. So after my
You're Luya.
yeah, I'm Luja.
So these Luyas have some stupid traditions, like now they have to go every mukona makumbusho, isn't it?
yeah, true.
Fair.
We actually had
round
makumbusho juice.
Mtu amedate. Unaenda hapo kufanya makumbusho ni bra.
In memory of
Fuck that
in
person.
lieu of
Zi.
separate, you guys don't do makumbusho stuff.
Even if we do it, I don't go for that nonsense. And I don't believe it's important for us to waste
I
time.
heard you say on your live journal that even funerals you're choking going
I am pacing myself. The last funeral I went, I can't even remember.
But how important is it? Like you've lived in the States, huh? These guys, when someone dies, this is family who comes through, like a small group, and then they bury you and guys go back to work.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. The problem is we make it such a big deal here that you guys now have attached emotions to this shit. You live, you die. That's it. Now what you do with your life in between, that's what all that matters. And it should only matter to you. It shouldn't matter to me. So today if you die and I'm not available to come for your funeral, it's not a big deal.
How about Chang though?
I wouldn't do that stupid shit. Burn that body. Go burn the person. Umse tuondokee. Umecheki juzi generali amekufa. Generally, one of the instructions amesema nini? Na ni mjaka. One of the instructions was what? Bury me in 22 hours because I know our traditions are bullshit.
In other words.
Yes, I know this tradition is going. I mean, think of a general like that. If he had left it open, it would have taken 2 weeks or even a month.
Yeah.
Na wajaka wangetujitokeza, all the elders wangekam na their own way of doing things. It would have taken a whole month and it would have been a mess. So this guy knew these traditions are bullshit. So that I can release my family, I put a clause, not a clause, or I put it in my will that bury me within 72 hours and bury me the military way.
Yeah.
His coffin was 6G, according to his.
Six, eight.
That's a wise guy. That's a wise guy. And then it wasn't even a coffin because he's not buried inside it. It was just a box to transport him from one place to the next. So when he was buried, they removed him from the coffin, from those bowels.
Put him in a sheet.
Oh, the coffin was for
Yes, so they wrapped him in a sheet, probably a sheet that's going to disintegrate or something, and threw him back to the ground.
But there's something
That
like
makes
that happened because my dad was Muslim, but he was Kale. So when he died, like we buried him very quick, very fast, and then we had to do like a mock funeral for like the people back in Moiben. And then one of the people took the mic and they're like, "Oh, mliamua kuzika mtoto wetu kama umbwa." Like,
oh, there was
like there was a clash in tradition because then they wanted us to display the bodies, do it for a week. There's the way like Kales do it. But my dad was a Muslim, so he was like immediately died by 4.
He was in the ground,
Yeah, so like still wase walikuwa like
that's why you must get away from these stupid traditions, these backward what are they called?
Stereotypes.
Not even stereotypes, these superstitious nonsense that we hold on to. That if you do this is going to happen.
You know, my dad died in Eldoret, right? So after he died, they shipped him. He was a professor at Campo, Nairobi University. So they shipped him to Nairobi, and then he was over here, leave funeral home, nini. And then our shags is uko in Eldoret, uko mbele, some place called Lwandeti. So now we flew him back again to Lwandeti. Can you imagine? We flew him here.
After
my mama is not watching this pod. No, but it's true. It's weird.
No, it's not weird. It's stupid because how does that make any sense? This is just a body now. The essence
Like
of the human being has left.
Anymore.
So what are you doing with this body? What kind of psychological bullshit is going on in your head that you need to over? What is this you're doing? Think about it. This guy is never coming back.
It's over.
Guys spend so much resource to put a body in the ground.
Yeah.
And then this family is going to be left struggling.
Sana lunges and jamas.
You guys are ridiculous.
As guys wekelea the body in the room for like 3 days fast.
You guys are mad. The day I die, just burn me. Don't even dig any hole. Just burn me straight. Let this be my will. Burn me on the same day. Take me. I'll make sure I'm dead first.
Not burning cannot be the cause of death. Whether they say that is the last part to disintegrate.
Yeah,
But then what happens to the dick when you die?
It's the last, like it stays for a while you're being burnt. I had your skull cracks because of like the pressure. So there's
When with being burnt, right?
when they burn you, there's always that like when it
The pop.
when it pops now they're like now I'm in.
Oh, the skull now.
Yeah, it always pops.
Yeah, so burn me
Till it
and then-
pops.
Yeah, until I pop. Make sure you take the ashes properly. Then you distribute them to all the places where I had holes. Yeah.
You could be doing deliveries for all your holes.
When the pale mwiki, the sprinkle. When the apple or sample, sprinkle. Udiru usikose kwenda udiru pia. Sprinkle. Yeah.
Will there be enough
Yeah.
ash to go around?
No, I mean it's a sprinkle. Just kidogo. You have to spare. When it's on the ash, just to give it
Tuongeze
form.
baking soda to extend hose ni wengi.
Alafu upicha sasa kuna K Street sprinkle.
So you guys, you're not an ass guy considering why you're being sprinkled.
Ass.
Udhiru, sijui, mwiki.
I mean, if you think about it, I told you.
I don't think there are many asses in those
Oh,
areas.
no. Right now, the distribution is very nice.
Oh, it's
It has
fair.
improved over time.
I think about it, kaa J Squad iko na makisi ni aje. Wapenda kula mademo kisi wangapi hiyo area. Pikaro. Kisi are my forte. Tulikuwa na huyu jaga Kisumu.
DJ
Hey. Kisi, there's a Kisi woman in hiyo dema kuna rasa smart. Kidwa
In
Kisumu.
where?
Kisumu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you would not think that in Kisumu you'd find a Kisi woman.
No, but you would. Kisumu is right.
I wouldn't know, man. I don't live those sides. So for me, I'm like, hey, these kisses are everywhere. I might as well have a taste. Ingawa yule msako anamtaka lakini akaoshwa. Bado anajipanguza.
Na wewe.
How did you guys decide?
Kaulo.
Like is it like the way you can call shotgun like you're like I have dibs on that.
So what this guy did, so we saw some two nice, very looking bitches. Okay? So I told him, hey, listen, go get those bitches. This guy got them and put them in his car. Okay? So we went, did all the things we were doing, the whole event and everything. So go back to the house. So I asked him, hey, what's happening with our bitches? He tells me, oh, they've gone home. I'm like, fuck you, nigga. I saw those bitches getting into your car.
All right.
And he said, oh, okay, I'm bringing them. So he was playing a prank on me. Yeah, it's a prankster, this father.
Oh, right.
He was holding out.
Oh, you wanted to surprise
You want to surprise me.
Check it, surprise!
And those bitches are looking good, bro.
really?
Very nice, very nice.
Kisses now.
So one Kisi, one is a Luo. So when they walk into the house, I'm like, oh, this guy has brought me 2 bitches. Kumbe, he had brought me only one. The one he wanted is there.
The other one.
Is a Kisi. Oh yeah, the one that now I need. So you've been crying ever since.
But Kibe,
Kibe,
you are in my hometown. I'm from Eldoret. What do you think about Eldoret chicks? Like, how was your experience there?
oh, very nice.
The stand-up too.
Yeah. I told you we didn't do stand-up. Yeah. We didn't do stand-up. Stand-up is, you cannot do stand-up in a club. So the club is more meet and greet. People are excited to meet you.
What time was the show starting?
We start at 8, is it 8? Yeah. Well, it's like at 10.
Oh yeah, that's
The place goes super packed. Super packed. And then guys want to take selfie every fucking second. Yeah, so.
So it was like an on-the-road meet and greet more or less.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because I never got to do any stand-up. I couldn't. I didn't have the voice to calm these people down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it needs an MC type of voice.
Were you going up last or you
I mean, yeah,
first
so
on
they
stage?
would call me last, hey, come and meet Nene, and when I go there, guys just want
Was
to...
Wakimani hosting still?
No, Wakimani, we left him in Nairobi.
Oh, okay. So did Kina Shiti perform stand-up?
Yeah, them they did.
It must have been a tough crowd, right?
It's very tough. Very tough. Because those guys don't want to... How to say it? They want to party. So doing it in a club is very difficult. But Shiti has a big voice. Nikki Big Fish has a big voice. So the people listen to them. Nasra, because she's a woman. automatically she's getting the love, you know. So people want that kind of move. They need it out there in the machinery. They want you guys from Nairobi to go meet them. So when you guys finally get your act together, you better take this show on the road, man. Yeah.
So you're gonna keep doing it, but in a more stand-up friendly
I do,
setting.
I now realize I cannot do stand-up in that kind of way.
Environment.
Yeah. So if we go out of town, I now know that's a meet and greet. So it's not a stand-up anymore. But for Kinashiti, they can make their jokes and everything because then they know this crowd. For me, my stand-up is where people are quiet. Everybody knows why they're here. And they know, you know, that's what I assume stand-up should be. So this is not real stand-up. It's just entertainment.
Yeah,
okay.
So at some point, my vision is to bring it to a stand-up location where people know they just come in to listen to stand-up. I think that's where we're going to see the real stand-up comedians.
What sparked the idea, man?
I've always liked stand-up, so
No, for the tour.
I think it's a tour.
I think.
I can't tell you.
Do you think there's a gap in the markets? Because me, that's what I was thinking. I feel like there's a major gap in the market now that Churchill is not doing this stuff.
But again, remember Churchill was doing PG content.
Yeah, which makes the gap even bigger.
So there's no gap.
There's a big
because
opportunity.
There's no gap because there's somebody else who was doing anything and left. So the only comedy we've ever known is Churchill type of comedy. That's why everybody who's coming up even now, they're trying to ape that shit. So now there's a whole new generation of people now. That's where you guys come in, where you are able to just stand and deliver without having to worry about what people think about you or whether it's going to TV or not. You see, when it's going to TV, you can't say something.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so when it's going to TV, you have to censor yourself. And every time a comedian censors himself, that joke doesn't land where it's supposed to.
But I feel like there's, I don't know, do you think? I feel like there's a gap in regard to, you see, Churchill was the guy who was attracting guys. Then he'd make them sit down, and then he never used to do stand-up. So he'd make guys sit, organize, and then now the comedians come out and do that thing which he was doing. But now I think he was used to the 2 meter per week check. But now there's still a gap for a guy who has a big name, can bring in people, make them sit down, and then the comedians come out and do what they're doing, which is what you're doing, I think.
Yeah.
You think.
Yeah, so for me, I bring the people.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. So right now, it's still crystallizing. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, okay.
So the gap exists where you see it. You see, you guys have already created a product.
True.
It may not look like a product because of maybe your current situation. You know, sometimes when your current situation is not ideal, you don't see what you have. Okay? Because everybody wants to be a star. So until you become a star, your current situation can limit you from seeing exactly what it is that you're building. So I don't see the gap, I see the opportunity.
No, see, now I'm saying a guy like you with your clout and ability to attract an audience can fill that gap. That's what I'm saying. That's really, you see, our thing is very niche. Because we're doing English comedy, we can do it in Lavi, Kilimani, Nini. But in regard to going to Eldoret and getting guys to come and sit down and listen, very few guys can do that. And then another thing, the problem that I see is many of these comedians who are at Churchill show are very, you see, they're stars in regard to their having big names. So when us guys call them to do shows with us guys in Lavi for 100 guys, they're like, honestly, me, I'm too big to do that. But now if you call them with the clout you have and the ability to bring in an audience, like replicating that model is very...
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's an old model of doing things. It's an old Churchill model. The new model is stand up in front of 50 guys. Kill those people. Start there. Stand up in front of 20 guys. Kill. Because us guys want the big crowd. Bro, the big crowd can't handle it. That big crowd comes with a lot of organization. So we saw that in Eldoret. It was crazy. We couldn't handle it.
Oh, for real?
Yes. A big crowd. We had over 2,000 people there. How are you going to handle 2,000 people? And you guys are not prepared to handle 2,000 people. Because we only a group of what? I think 8 people.
8 people.
Yeah, so 8 people and there's 2,000 crowd there. How do you do that? So you must grow this thing organically.
Step by step.
Step by step. There's no shortcut.
Person by person.
There's no what you bring a superstar to come and no. The superstars must be born again.
Have to be created.
They have to. That's why this makes sense for me. What you guys are doing totally makes sense. You must create the superstars within. They must dominate the market that is this market. And then they can move and go to the next one. Yeah.
I plan to join the club, come to the club and do.
You guys have to invite me. And you must invite me.
But see, wait till you now.
With pomp and festivity. And then I want.
No, we have some PC.
No.
Mommy is all going to be waiting for you.
Bro, I want to headline. So when you call me for
No, but to headline, you have to work out your material first.
Bro, I want to come and bomb in front of everybody. I won't come. Hey, bro, I want too hard for me to come and I say, no, see.
But that's what I'm telling you about.
See, you guys are the ones who you are. For me, I've not told you how many people. I just told you to make sure I'm the headlining act.
But I wouldn't be the headline.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So let me bomb. Then that's the story.
Did you see Will Smith try stand-up? What do you think of that stuff?
No, I didn't see.
Did you see T.I. try stand-up? It was sad to see, man.
But Kibe is a comedian.
I mean,
like it's
think about it this way. Once you don't have, once the language has been taken away from you, then what are you doing? You can't tell us anything. You can't make us laugh. Language has been taken away. They've taken away your words. So if you decide that a guy who does clean comedy,
it's not genuine.
How we are going to see the real you? You could do your comedy the way your comedy is. You see, now once you are lucky, your parents are dead. So you have nobody to kiss us to. Every time you remember your mom, remember our mom is dead. You say, oh yeah, this day was fucking this chick. But you know, before mom would have called you, hey, now if you're squeezing.
But then you say on your pod the way there was a time you used to fuck and
yes, at the beginning.
Was it because of your parents seeing parents and family?
Because of all the voices in my head, yes. So when you have a lot of voices in your head, then before you open your mouth, you have to think, what would your mom think, what would your dad think, your sisters.
Actually blocked my sis from seeing my stuff.
Yeah, don't block them. Do it in front of their face. Don't block them. Yeah, because if you block them, you're running away from them. Let them be the ones who are afraid of you. You are the beast. They are not. How are they deciding what you do with your life? You are the beast. You are the one who walks in and people fear. Not the other way around. And now you're afraid of your sister. These puny little shits don't give a shit about you. Fuck your sister. Fuck them.
I think next is your aunt, Emilia.
So how did you overcome that stuff?
I had to forgive my own mom. So my mom is a bully.
Okay.
So she had really bullied me about anything, about Christianity and everything.
She was a church lady.
She is, yeah, she is. She calls herself an evangelist.
Okay.
So she really tried to bully me into becoming what she wanted me to be.
So you guys grew up going to church every Sunday?
Every Sunday. That's
Sunday school.
Yes. Praying before you eat, praying after you eat.
Nowadays you just go more without praying. Huh?
What?
No, there's no praying for eating.
No, I don't know what prayer is. I don't think that if there's a God who is up in heaven, who is waiting for my prayer so that he doesn't poison the food that I'm eating. If that's the kind of God that is out there, poison me, my nigga. Yeah. I have to keep praying to you every time. Hey God, bless this food before.
So it's like God is on standby before you eat with some poison, just waiting for you not to pray.
If you don't pray,
no, but the prayer is for Thanksgiving, not for...
fuck Thanksgiving. Why should I give thanks to who? I'm the one who has worked for it. I woke up in the morning, I did what I had to do. Who is this God who's coming in between me and my food?
No, see, he's sent rains and stuff.
Fuck him, that's his business. Do you see kids thanking their parents? That's because the kid is from sucking a titty. And I go, fuck that. Yeah.
Do you think kids have to pray before they breastfeed?
Have you seen that shit? Have you seen animals praying? So why did you get into your imagination and think there's a God who needs your prayers?
So God is said that
where?
See in the Bible.
If you take out the Bible from this conversation, what are you left with?
No, see, that's the reference now. If you're a believer in God, eh?
That is the foundation.
What if I give you my own book? Is that going to be a reference?
With time, I'm sure there'll be a guy who will be referring to a book.
Yes. So
With time.
Exactly. So get rid of that shit. Once you take out the Bible, there's no conversation. Because the only way you know about God is through the Bible. Once you take away the Bible and all these interpretations that you've been given by Kina Pastor Nganga here.
Pastor Alan.
Pastor Nganga. Which church do you go to?
You don't know Pastor Alan?
Huh?
You don't know JCC, you guys?
No.
Pastor Alan Q.
Oh, Alan Tuna.
Yeah.
And I know Tuna and his wife. And what's her
Guys are
name?
balling, eh? Let's go to that church, man. There's a day we chanted for a urinal, eh? Yeah, that urinal was not bought. Eh? It's more some cash for that urinal. Check it, let us give for the urinal! Check me.
How much do you?
Okay, I was a broker, nigga, to be honest.
This guy gave me credit for
like-
Bedouina's
But no,
wife,
but
so
the
Rhino
money
was
I
not
gave was a
doing.
lot because I was broke.
Yeah,
So this guy didn't buy any, right?
Yeah, but there is a benefit to you going to the church, right?
What do you mean?
Because you're puny. So when you're puny, that's when you attach yourself to puny shit. So how can you be puny and look at people who are puny and then want to judge them? What you have to get out of
No,
that
see, I
punydom.
was out. I'm not there now, right?
Yeah, now you can judge them. But when you are giving your money,
Yeah, I was puny.
Yeah, exactly.
We chanted.
I
We
saw-
were many puny guys.
I saw some guy. This guy was very pissed off at me from JCC. So he's my buddy. These guys who do deals, these fake deals that people do in Nairobi, full time.
Bilanga guys, that's what we call them.
So one day I saw him holding a white piece of paper written "Happy Birthday, Mom." I was like, "What?" That time they're standing outside JCC. I'm like, "What? What are you doing?" He's holding a piece of paper.
Oh, he held it.
So there were like 7 guys who are standing in line where Mom is going to pass. Now the wife of that guy, what's her name? Pastor, what's her name?
Mr. Kathy.
Kathy Hyuna. Yes. So now Kathy is passing by. I think the church had changa to even buy her like a V8 or something. And this guy is holding a white piece of paper saying "Happy Birthday, Mom." And the other guy is saying, "Oh, we love you very much." And the other guy is saying, "It is," stupid shit. So I looked at that, I was like, man.
We chanted for a Range Rover once, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that chick had to.
Have you ever told you the story?
See how the president has to walk and the police, the guard, like she has to like investigate the guard. Like that is how Kiuna walks.
No, but it
those
looked
guys.
like he was surprised. It was a major.
You can channel for all rating.
Manzejo.
That's how we do it.
Chicky, we are going to surprise Dad. So please be quiet. The guy Chomoka pretending he's surprised.
But even me, I'm challenged for a laptop. So I don't really knock the hassle.
Or for your lap, right?
Yeah.
But you know,
So I had a laptop at about $60. So that laptop, you can't even watch porn. It hangs, yeah. It was hanging as what I was doing my show with.
to load it.
I'm like, fuck it. So one day I go online, I tell guys, hey, you guys, this thing is not working. How much did you channel? You must have channeled something.
I remember that Somali guy who just said how much is remaining. So you remember that?
How much? Yeah, I told him. I didn't even know how much it was remaining. So I told him $400. Say less.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
$400 got into my account.
Shit.
The laptop was over $1,500.
That Lavi is someone what it was.
That's how it is. So you cannot really knock their hustle because somebody is getting a benefit from every time they sit and listen to you. And you don't know that benefit. So you cannot knock anybody's hustle. Everybody is going through their own journey. Even the people you see in church, you may think they are stupid. You may sit outside here because you have more knowledge and think they are stupid. But it's like looking at a child playing with the idea of Santa Claus or Father Christmas. How much can you knock them?
So you're saying your mother was a church lady?
She is, I still think she is, unless she's changed her ways. And I do wish she changed her ways. But now she was gone, my God.
But she had a lot of influence considering you also became a mad. As in considering you also became...
She had a lot of influence on me.
So now...
More than my dad, imagine that. So I would actually go to her for counsel more than I would go to my dad.
But then you don't talk about your dad much. What was he like?
Because we didn't interact.
He wasn't at home.
I mean, we didn't do anything. Otherwise, right now we'd be doing business together, right?
Was he at home daily?
I mean, he was a present father.
Okay.
But I didn't know what he did. We never got to interact in that way.
So he's just a quiet guy. He comes
Just just the presence of the father. So that was what helped me, just to have the presence. But beyond that, all the communication was with mom. So mom was able to mold me into the man that she thought I should be. You understand? And that's what mothers do. So they mold their sons, thinking that they're molding a son for the women out there. But what they're doing is making this man like a lambistic piece of shit. This guy becomes weak. So by the time I was leaving my mom's house, I was running because I had to save myself from this weakness that my mom wants to put into.
When you grew older, you didn't get close to your dad. Like me, when I moved out of home, that's when I said hang out with my dad.
No, those are ideas of a child. I mean, no, man, what am I doing hanging out with my dad? For what?
No, but you're older. Now you can have man-to-man conversations.
See, I don't need that.
You don't want to know the guy?
No. There's no desire for that. Bro, I'm a man. I have discovered myself. I'm enjoying this
journey. But you discovered yourself.
Now I'm going to bring another man. I'm going to bring my Zach here. We start sitting discussing what?
See what he thinks.
The relationship between a father and a son, unless these two have worked together, it's a fake relationship. Your dad has to have been in your life for him to have that impact. And beyond you, once you grow up, there is no need for him beyond just a casual relationship.
No, it's too late.
What else is he telling me now? I'm a 47-year-old man. What is my dad telling me? What has he seen that I have not seen yet?
No, he's older, man. I'm sure that.
I mean, he can tell me about his old age. But what beyond that, what is that? I'm a man. I've survived on my own for the last 20-something years.
But on your podcast, which I listen to quite a bit, you normally tell guys to get to know their dads, right?
Yes. Get to know your dad. And for me, one of the biggest philosophies I have is forgiveness.
Yeah, you say forgive your mom.
Go forgive your mom. Start with your mother. Even for you need to go forgive your mom at the graveside as you're doing makumbusho. Yeah, because mom they tend to fuck their children.
Yeah. No, true. They tell you many nasty things about your dad.
They try to separate you from your father.
Yeah.
So that's the work of the mother, because they want the power to themselves. Because they know the power that is there when they redirect the children to the father. So they want the kids to give them that power. So my philosophies, number one is go forgive your mother. Whatever your mom did in your life, she was loud, yes. Forgive her. She didn't know better. She mistreated you. Whatever she did to you, whatever your mom did to you, because some people have different people have different reasons. There's something that your mom did that you're probably still annoyed at her about, but you have blocked it from your psychology. You said, no, I don't want to deal with that, because all mothers are angels and they're perfect. But that's not true. That's not true. So go forgive your mom. Forgive her for turning you against your dad. Forgive your dad for being a little weak shit.
So you have forgiven your dad?
Yes, when I forgave my mom, it was one of the best things I ever did. I wasn't annoyed at my dad.
Oh, you had not?
No, I wasn't annoyed at my dad. I used to look at my dad as someone who needs help.
In what regard?
I mean, because when you see a man being taken out by a chick.
Taken out?
Yeah, you feel sorry for him.
Taken out how?
Like when you see a guy who's being used by a woman.
Oh, okay.
When you look at your boy right now, a Chile comes in here, and you can see this Chile she's decided to take him out. I mean, you look at him and you'll be like, I mean, I want to tell you, but what do I tell you? So I used to look at my dad that way. I used to look at him as, how come you've not been able to dominate your bitch? You need to dominate your bitch. Why aren't you dominating your bitch? So there's that weakness in my dad, and there's the evil in my mom. And now the one thing that is clear is that this happens all over all families. Every family there's that replication. So the first thing you must do for you to move on in life is do what? Is go forgive your mom. Tell mom, hey, listen, I've been very annoyed at you for many years because of the things you did. But I don't.
Most people love their moms.
No,
In
we
fact,
don't.
I feel
We
in,
don't.
my,
No,
in
we
terms
don't.
of the Makomoshos we have, how come this guy is not vibing? This conversation is beyond your
frozen.
scope. So the Makumbusho we did for my mom, Juicy, I feel like it was even more intense than the ones we did for my dad. In terms of the organization, how guys
Emotions.
came out. So I feel like we are honoring her more than my dad, so to speak.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Most guys
Those are
seem to love their moms more.
Yeah, but it's a lie. You don't love your mom more, because if you did, then it would show in your actions. These people who have this close relationship with their mothers, they tend to be very nasty to women.
Oh, for real?
Yes, I mean, this is
They're
just,
nasty to women.
the people who are, the closer you are to your mother, the worse you are to the women around you. Okay, slow down. Maybe that's too deep for you guys. Any woman who's listening to me, a mama's boy comes into your life, what happens? There is nobody more destructive in this world than a mama's boy. There is nobody, bro. Hitler has nothing on a mama's boy. A mama's boy is the worst thing that is walking the streets ever. It's a rapist, it's a thug, it's everything that we are afraid of. Mama's boy.
Because he doesn't try to be a man, huh?
I mean, he gets away with everything. Mama only disciplines him when she's emotional. Do you have kids?
No.
So when you have kids, you realize that you
Not
cannot
even
be.
shooting blanks here.
You guys, it's
I don't even have an accidental kid,
it's a mama. It's a mama problem. You need to let go of your mama's theory. Your mama's imaginary spiritual theory from the grave. Please let go of this theory. Yeah, because a man like you should be having as many kids as possible.
And he's Lunje. So it's
I mean it's an abomination. Right now, Oga Daddy.
Wait.
So Nazi Matako is going to face you.
when he
And
go
then
back,
whip the shit out of you, father. There'll be a guy coming. Wewe mchinga, wewe umetufanyisha kazi ya mchinga, umekaa hapo miaka 42 na hakuna kitu umefanya.
hajaacha copy.
my podcast.
Hajaacha copy.
Hakuna kitu moja.
I know what to eat.
Alright, bro, man, I have so many toys, I don't know how many I have.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah. I mean, any chick that I meet and she has good genes, I'm always like, hey, you gonna give me a baby? Immediately, bro. Are you gonna give me a baby?
But you have to take care of those toys, though.
I know, for what?
You
I
don't
mean,
have to take care of
sauti
it.
sol waliimba, mtoto anakuja na nini?
Sania.
It's not my business. God decided to put the sperm inside me. If that day God didn't want the baby, sing about, unacheki. Ningana kumbao God asema, oh, not today, Jose. So deal with God. He allowed the sperm to come
Refer
from
above.
here. Refer to your God upstairs, not today. Downstairs here we are just thieves.
So you're saying mama's boys are dangerous?
Not dangerous. Please understand what I said. Mama's boys are the most dangerous people who are walking this earth. So if you hear a man saying, I love my mom very much, that man is a dangerous man. It is a man who needs to be put on crime watch. You need to tag him. Uko na GPS pale kila mahali anaenda. Mama's boy ndio wanakimbia into weddings, into marriages. Yeah. Mama's boys are the ones who are causing all this destruction because they're the ones who need women in their life. So as a man, when you need a woman in your life, you become compromised. Bro, I don't want to say my name. Waulize mama's boy ni mtu anakaaje. Mama's boy is a disgusting man. It's a man who has ana mbele wala nyuma. Mtu hohehahe kabisa. Psychologically disturbed. Old guy.
Like, you know, it's bad when Kibe anatumia Kiswahili sanifu to describe.
But now,
So what's the future looking like then? Because a lot of single
moms,
moms are
raising the
thing right now.
I can't wait for the tsunami of the mama's boy.
pandemic.
Because it's coming, right?
Yeah, I mean, I want us to just ban everything. I want the real feedback to be felt on the streets. Because if feedback tumekuwa tukidanganyana. We've been lying that mama's boys are not a problem. These jokes we make about Liam and
Jaden.
and Jaden. Once these boys grow up, they become a menace to society. Remember, this Jaden is a kind of kid who comes here and he will stand here and start touching this shit.
Yeah, they do have
They are indisciplined.
discipline.
Yeah. So this indiscipline carries on into their future. So what happens with that indiscipline?
So the outlook is bad then, huh?
I mean, for the
future.
For the future, yes. There's no hope. Total destruction. Only solution.
Okay, we need
That's why you look at a country like America. America is crumbling right now under the weight of the mama's boy. The scourge that is the mama's boy. Bro, this thing is so deep. You wouldn't believe it. Yeah. Mama's boy is a curse. And then I'll go to my Kikuyu land here, where all the mama's boy, all the single mothers have decided to call their children after themselves.
Oh, okay. So you can get a guy who's called Jerry or something.
There we go. What is that? Well, imagine this kid has to grow up with other kids who have fathers, but every time the teacher stands up on belly, but says, hey, I'm looking for a name. So I know Anjeri. No. I was about to call out his name, bro. Like shit.
Jaden.
Yeah, so let's go with Jaden. Jaden Jockey. This boy has to live with other boys. Tell me the stigma of that boy living under that kind of situation.
There'll be no respect, first of all.
I know Jockey by the way.
A man called Jockey.
Yeah.
But they say they named him that because the guy absconded.
Who's the spam carrier?
No, but the spam carriers disappeared.
Then that's your mistake. Name him after a man. Find a manly name. Your father, your grandfather, those people still exist. How dare you call him by your own name? What kind of man are you going to bring into this world who has the identity of a woman? The problem we have in this world is because men want to be women and women want to be men. Everybody should stick to their fucking lane. So now when you give a man the name of... Bro, you know how proud you're supposed to... What's your dad's name?
Wanjala.
You know
Prof. Chris Wanjala.
Thank you. In Primo, do you have a dad?
Not anymore. I used to have one.
And he died?
Yeah.
Your mom killed him? What happened?
We don't know. Because
passed
in
away.
Islam, we don't have a post-mortem, but we think it was a heart attack or something.
Where was he?
He was asleep.
With your mom?
Oh, he just died
No,
in the
my
bed.
mom was not around. We were not in good terms, actually. So your statement is making
so she
more
said-
sense now.
So she sent an assassin.
She said asleep.
I was in the house the entire time. There was no,
So it was
unless I was the assassin.
So the one thing that the proudest moment for a boy is when he identifies with his father. Not with his mother. His mother plays a very different role in his life. But when the boy identifies with his father, that's a proud moment for him. A boy does not need anything else beyond his father's name. He will find his way. Just give him his father's name. Show him this is where you came from. This is your identity. So these women, especially the Kikuyu women, they're taking the identity away from the boys. Their father's identity. So these boys are growing up emotional with their mother's identity. That's why Kikuyu na nimejama homo.
Oh, for real?
Bro!
Imejaa?
Aish.
There's one guy I saw one was saying, mimi shoga ure munoma.
That's. What are you Brian Chira? Me.
His soul.
I don't believe in that shit.
His body?
I don't care. May his ass rest in peace. Yeah, finally, those chicks are not going to be clubbed anymore. But you saw what happened.
At his ass. You get that one.
So yes, so that's the major pandemic which nobody's focusing on. That's why right now unachikia kina Rigiji wakisema we must stop alcohol. Stop alcohol wapi na hawa watoi wako damaged. Stop alcohol aje na watoi wote wako damaged. Fix the damage first before you look at the alcohol is just but a way out.
Oh, it's it's actually
It's an escape.
coping. Escape.
Yes, it's coping. So these people are dealing with some psychological trauma that was inflicted to them when they were kids. So now they've grown up and you don't know how to deal with them. And now the women are saying, it's the alcohol that is the problem. No, the alcohol has never been a problem.
It's a symptom.
It's a solution.
Yes. It is the single mother raising the boy, turning him into a little bitch. Then this guy grows up and realizes that he cannot compete.
Can a chick raise a guy to be a...
It's never
guy?
happened. Never happened. It's never happened. In fact, that's a silly question if you ask me. It's never happened. Because how would a chick know what a boy is going through?
But Kanye West was raised by a single mom.
Donda.
Did you see what happened?
But
His mother stole him away from the dad. You know that? Yeah, she's a thief. She stole the boy away and moved to another state. And she raised this emotional little fucker. You've seen how Kanye is emotional, all the time crying about shit.
Yeah, true.
Dude, he's talented in everything. But there's this one part of his life where it doesn't make sense. How do you go chill with a hoe and get 4 kids with a hoe? And then you tell me you're winning. What are you winning? What are you winning? Wewe tikia masocialite wako hii Nairobi yenyu au mapoko. Every time poko anaenda anapata mwanaume, we start counting. Press the clock. Click. Time tumeweka.
What about that brown guy?
Which guy?
There's a guy in Coastal was married to Ferris Dicker called something.
Brown
Mauzo.
Brown Mauzo ni mtoto ajairi kala.
Shit.
Squeeze ana watu ngoma. Ana ngoma za 1.5 minutes. Akikuwa 1.5 minutes anaanzalia. Because and you see this fucker will jump from that and go to the next one, a woman. It's a disease.
My mother used to tell me privately the way guys shouldn't hook up with chicks who are from a single parent home.
Oh, she did?
What is the logic?
Yeah, I mean, that's the logic. The logic is that this person is not a balanced human being. So they're not in control of the emotions, because that's what your dad does. When your father sees these 2 emotions rising up in you, he shuts that shit down quickly. Because for a man to be emotional is very dangerous. This guy can kill the world. If you look at all the school shootings in America, 99.99% of these kids are coming from this kind of background. Single mother raised by either the mother or the grandma. And most of the time before they leave the digs, they first shoot the people in the digs. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, they start from home.
They start from home because that's where the damage has been done. And then they go to the other people who they think are doing damage. But they've not been taught how to cope with banter, how to cope with this shit. Because everybody's, I mean, think about it, even when you guys are doing comedy. Sometimes you can do crowd work and people start catching feelings.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Now in America, doing crowd work is very dangerous.
Yeah, you can get into, you can meet a wokist.
Exactly, and they go crazy on you. So people have to learn how to manage their emotions, and that is where the father comes in, because he doesn't let you get away with it. But mothers are going to let you get away with it based on her own emotional state.
There's this chick on Twitter, I don't know who shared that post. Some chick was saying, recording her son and asking her, "Do you miss your father?" You remember?
Oh, that's her name is Bernice, big fat ass.
What the heck? The tweet said crying, man.
Yeah, why would you do that to your son?
It's crazy.
Isn't that stupid shit?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to your son? And now expose your son to the world, and because you're trying to get to the baby daddy. Now look, baby daddy, your son is missing you. Fuck you, you need to be arrested. You need to be arrested as a woman for exposing your son to the internet like that. Because the internet is not for children.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Yeah. What point are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove to us? You made the mistake, not the man. You decided to go with a loser. So now you're putting that on the child? Imagine getting to the child's head to tell him that your dad is a loser and he wants nothing to do with you. Bro, you're not, that kid, he was so hopeless in that moment that he started crying. He was, because it was a moment of hopelessness. But if your dad is in somewhere in Iraq fighting, and there's an idea of your dad, you'll act straight. Because all your mom has to do is tell you, hey, you know your dad is going to be very annoyed at you. And boys fear that shit because they want their dad to be proud of them. So as long as the dad is somewhere there in the periphery, this woman can work with him to raise up a good boy. But if she does that stupid shit, hey, let's tell your dad something. Do you miss your dad now that a boy has become a little emotional bitch, starts crying in front of everybody?
And then that
video is never going anywhere.
Yeah, that chick goes to a gallery, posts and uploads. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
You tell me, do you think she loves her son?
No, she
course
loves
not.
likes.
Yeah, she wants likes, she likes attention, and she's out to destroy the boy because the boy reminds her of who?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. So you gotta trust what these bitches tell you.
Tukileta msongo.
No, but in other news, man, you guys used to be a mad supporter of one William Samoei when he was in gang.
Oh yeah, I am. I believe William Samoei Ruto is exactly what Kenya needs.
Oh, for it, you still stand.
believe
You
that.
still stand with this guy.
Yes. I mean, just think about it. This guy is the president of the country. You think you guys can do better?
Which guys?
You little puny complainers. Do you think you can do better? Point to me someone who's better than William Samoei Ruto.
Right now.
Just point. I'll wait. Do you have the crickets?
Baba.
Baba.
But Baba,
Baba couldn't organize himself with the whole government to become president. And that's the guy you're telling me is better than Ruto. He's not better than Ruto. Baba, you guys are just emotional about Baba. But if Baba was really who Baba says he is, he should be president right now. He had Uhuru who was the president backing him up. How do you fumble the bag like that, my God?
With state machinery.
State machinery. These guys were telling us. Remember Juliet? There's even a clip. He man.
There's a clip where they were dancing
Yeah.
in celebration. Then there was this guy on your Twitter space. Remember that guy from Canada? What's his name?
Gift that.
Yeah, Gift. Gift has gone and done his samples and said, Baba has won.
This guy even looked
Guy bought me.
Gift wasted my time. He wasted my time. He even told me Polika the guy had won. And you know me, I was for Polika.
Oh, right.
Yes, I was for, because I knew Polika was going to do a better job than Sakati. So I supported Polika all through the whole thing. So I said, me, my guy is Polika, and my guy is William Samoei Ruto. So I lost one, I won one. But I was like, why do you think you can do better than William Samoei Ruto? Who lied to you?
Was that your reasoning when you were supporting him?
I mean,
Like, why didn't you support Baba over Samoei?
because Baba is a loser. Baba, that's his nature. That's his state of being. It's a state of losing.
His track record is not
His track
quite
record, his track
impressive.
record is a track record of losing. William Samoei Ruto has a track record of winning. Whether you like it or not. This guy has been MP for 20 years. He's been minister. He's been deputy president for 10 years. Even for 5 years when he was not wanted by the president, he was still there. And he weathered that storm. Sat there patiently, planned this shit out. And then came and became president. Unless you're an evil motherfucker. This is a brilliant individual. Bro, we're not talking about corruption.
Yeah, really.
Because the only reason why you're not corrupt is because of one word. Can we say it together? Opportunity. Opportunity.
Chance.
A chance. Haujapatiwa chance kwa corrupt. But the moment unatembea hapa nje, unaendesha gari yako,
If you get that place, would you be corrupt again?
100%.
Not even 99.999%.
Cooler state resources.
Easily.
Money,
Yeah, because
But how do we
this
go about
this is our money. I will eat, I'll give you some, I'll give you some, I'll give the people around me some. Let's eat. Kenya is one big NGO. That's what you need to know. Kenya is not a country. Kenya is like the 51st state. Kenya is an NGO. So you and your small feelings here. There's feelings, I'm trying to change the country, stop it from being corrupt. You are in your imagination, my nigga.
what is the
You guys are passing here with V6, V8, V12, or V21.
Range Rovers.
Bro,
The one Changa-
They're shooting podcasts with iPhones.
bro.
They haven't said a word ever since the podcast started.
They're silent power.
Money doesn't talk a lot.
Man doesn't talk. So what we have is just feelings. Once we get out of our feelings, then we're able to be.
So you're saying this guy has a winning
I'm not saying. I'm just saying what it is that that's what is on paper. This guy even went to is it ICC?
Yeah.
The Hague, International Criminal Court. He beat that shit both sides. Bro, Joey couldn't beat a small murder charge here. Like a small murder, mtu mmoja amekufa, Joey angejitoa. Mzee ameenda mpaka huko kwa wazungu na akadinyia huko na akarudi akakuwa president. Put some respect on that motherfucker tonight. Yeah, there we go. Shit.
No, but for real. Emotions aside, he's been winning.
He's been winning. So the only thing that we like Baba. Baba is very likable. Baba is a very charismatic fellow. Very likable.
But he's a poor organizer.
But he's a horrible organizer. Horrible. How he did not win that election, he cannot blame anyone but himself. So, doesn't matter what I want to think. The only two choices that we had was Baba and Ruto. Ruto is a better option. Upende, usipende. Because if Baba cannot organize to win the elections, you think he can fix a country?
Yeah, that was my
Exactly.
question.
I mean, that 6K strategy was polite.
Which one?
At the 6K per whole person. Would he have been able to deliver? I supported Baba quite a bit. Huh? He really bored me.
What do you mean quite a bit?
No, see, I voted for him that time for Kibaki.
So,
Juicy. But Juicy, I didn't have my hopes up. I knew he'd lose. Because he always messes it up at the finishing line. Huh?
The home stretch.
Yeah, the organizing, sijui guys are only paid, sijui agents.
That time, Ruto on the other side, this guy has organized a whole tallying center with computers and internet from Labda Elon Musk. Just to make sure nobody cuts him off. This guy was just sending
Results.
those Form 16A were just going straight to him first.
And he
So
knew.
this guy planned, he planned to win.
He had a plan, right?
He planned to win. Baba wanted to be given the win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but this guy planned to win. So that's the thing that we say. Get out of your own imagination and make things happen.
What do you think of Baba, now going together with Ruto to look for this AU manenos?
I mean, it's just business.
That's just Baba being Baba.
I mean, that's just. Don't be emotional about politics. Yeah, because just because me and you are fighting doesn't mean once the fight is over that we don't have business together. These people probably have business interests together.
It's not personal.
It's not personal. Personal ni watu wa ground.
Wale
Akina
wanapigana
Okanga, akina
sasa.
Nuru Okanga. Hao ndio watu wako personal. Wewe unashika feelings kwa nini?
Mbona wase wanawanga na mamaiki kama 15 hiyo?
Wameshikilia mic hivi. Mimi nasema. Acha pusi yako bwana.
And that's the same thing you say about the internet. Like, you call the internet e-game internet.
It's okay. What is this? What are we doing here? Are we trying to change the world? Isn't this just for likes and money? That's the whole thing. It's just advance your career ahead. What is your career? You're a stand-up comedian or a podcast. So that's what you're building. It's business, just like any other business. So the moment you get out of the business and think of it more than that, then you lose. That's why you guys are able to do this here and feel nothing. Because you know, of course, it's going to grow and become something else. Yeah. It's a game.
Oh, the guys on the ground believe it's not a game, but no.
I mean, it's like
Those are now the
immature ones. When you're immature, you believe wrestling is real.
Jana, I heard you saying you don't advise anyone.
Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't waste my time to advise anyone. If you have a problem, come, let's deal with it. But advice is for children. Because as a man, you should be able to know what to do. You should spend your time researching for a solution if you have a problem. Look for the right people. If you have
But you know you have influence in regard to how some of these young guys think, right?
Yeah, but that's only for the immature ones. Even if today I go talk to a high school, it's a different conversation. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole different conversation. They want different energy. They have different questions. Not these questions that you have at 42 or your buddy there at 26. You probably have very different questions. So you deal with people on their level.
Okay.
Yeah. So you cannot have one message for everybody. No, everybody, you deal with them wherever they are. But what I'll go shule, like I'll be doing a campus tour very soon. When you go to campus, it's a whole new conversation. Those guys are trying to make it out of from whatever hole they have been for the last 18 years. So the questions they're going to ask are very different questions. Some people have some very basic elementary questions that probably you dealt with 20 years ago. So you going to tell him, you have to deal now. Yeah. So my whole idea is, even now today when I make mistakes, I am happy I make these mistakes because I'm not just making a mistake like I used to. I'm now making a mistake knowing that recognizing the mistake and fixing it after. Even when I make the mistake. I'm like, oh, I realized that's a mistake. You see, before it took you a very long time to realize that was a bladder.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You know, one of the reasons I used to like watching your stuff was most guys are, because you're only 45?
47.
Most guys in our age group, okay, now it's our, because I'm also in my 40s, they don't talk about their mistakes.
Everybody's a superstar.
Yeah, but there's no one, like you say on your channel, many of the guys who watch are younger guys. These are the guys,
They wouldn't listen.
what the heck are they, man?
They wouldn't listen. I mean, they're busy washing dishes in their wife's house. Washing the wife's underwear. Imagine going. Some of these married men, the stupid shit they do in their houses. So why would they listen to me? Because for me, it's like I'm pointing a light on what they do.
Yeah.
So they hate the fact that that's what I do. And they know that the only reason why they're there is because of the trauma that happened in their childhood. So they are annoyed at me because of pointing that shit out. Not because I have a problem. No, I'm good.
But I have a question, Kibe. When you say the internet is not a real place, like right now, are you a fan of hip hop? Do you listen to, like, right now there's like rap beef, like J. Cole and all these other people and me. Like, you're someone who's had beef with people per se. Like, what is the protocol when you run into someone on the ground? Like, do you have to throw hands or it's just...
I met the donkey the other day.
Yeah, did you get
And I was like, man, this guy, this little shit.
Did you come to your studio?
He came to my studio saying that he wants to do a show with me. I was like,
He just invited himself.
no, the guy who we were doing that shit with, somehow he got in touch with KRG. So he found himself there. But when we meet, there's no beef. Beef doesn't exist. Beef is a lie, because men know how dangerous it is to carry on this beef beyond what you see on social media. Because that's what happened with Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to take advantage and use that beef to do what? To do something evil. So this beef people need to know this beef only exists on social media. Bro, I remember when Jalas is the member of parliament for this area. I don't know whether you watch that show. No, there's a show. Did you watch it? There's a show I laughed when I had heard that Jalas has lost the elections.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I laughed. I teared. I was laughing because I was telling Jalas. I even told guys, hey, listen, guys, send me money. We need to put money together because Jalas now is out of a job and he doesn't have. Hey, bro, I went hard on that part. I told guys, let's changia Jalas because now his things are bad.
Out.
And then now, later I got to hear that Jalas has won. You guys tell me that humble pie I had to eat. And on Friday, Jalas and I will be together, sitting like this. Are you see what I mean?
Yeah. So he came on your channel.
He came. He's been there before. So me and him are going to sit down and have another conversation. So this beef is not real. Don't take it. There's no real.
I think it's real for the guys on the ground.
Yeah, like I feel like it's an instrument.
You take it as entertainment. The way you watch wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, deep down, you know, it's like the way you watch a movie. Deep down, you know, this is a lie.
Mission Impossible.
But you guys are going to sit there and disappear for the next 1 hour. 1.5 hours, you disappear in there, trying to make believe. So that's the thing. That's what we need to understand what content is.
I had Nani. I have a question. Do you think Mungai will survive without that Trevor guy? Because I had that Trevor guy seems very smart. Like I watched him on Ikonini, and he was talking about you and how he was talking what we're talking about right now. He was just saying content creation and the aspects of how you should do it. So do you think that chick can survive without this guy? I mean,
when all else fails, this chick can sell her diabs. So there are no diabs Trevor can sell. So the person who needs to work hard here is Trevor. Trevor needs to go and work. This chick can sell diabs like this.
He has no plan B.
I mean, bro, a chick can turn into a whole quick fast. So her survival is almost assured. And then, we have a very, I don't know whether that's the word, femme-centric kind of marketing environment in Kenya.
Yeah.
So women are always going to win.
Especially now.
Yeah, women are always going to win. You'll struggle here with this podcast of yours. Nobody will give you any attention. But it doesn't matter who you mention. They will never give you attention. But this bitch can walk into a corporate and come up with it. That's why I know they have to dress like women. Because if you had a strong marketing environment in Kenya where it was led by men, then you would see more viral marketing around. You would be able to compete internationally.
Yeah, I remember you're talking about how KBL now is being run by chicks.
KBL is just a matter of time before they close. I'm giving them 10
Those
years.
guys have chick influences.
I'm giving them 10 years. 10 years. Because in their head, they think women spend money. Women don't spend money. Women spend men's money. So the person you're supposed to attach alcohol to is always going to be a man. How do you have a woman, and especially a lesbian, selling, what is it called? Singleton. So a lesbian is sitting there. You tell me how to brave that shit is. They can't get a man to sell that shit. They have to get a lesbian who dresses like a man. And tell her, sell Singleton or whatever shit she was selling. You tell me. Who's buying Singleton?
Because how come these guys are willing to fail? Like, see, they can see the number.
Because they live in their imagination. Because they think they know what they're doing. But their numbers have been going down.
Yeah.
For the first time, I think, in a long time, EBL was posting a loss.
Yeah.
They have never. How can you post a loss when you have the monopoly? Everybody's drinking your alcohol. We're all drinking their beers. How do you post a loss? Tells us the management is a bit bad. So I'm telling you, I'm giving them 10 years. 10 years. Once some policies change in this government, other breweries come up. Other people like you, young and hungry, come up. 10 years. The internet, they cannot survive the age of the internet. The same way mainstream media cannot survive.
I was about business daily, Jana, because they had written about our festival. I think I had 8 pages.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere there. It had 8 pages, man.
You tell me, there's a time we all used to run to go read the news. Now nobody is reading the news because anything that has been printed is old news. We want to see what's happening right now. I remember this kid, the Ogola kid. What's his name? Joel.
Which one? The one for the CDF?
No, this guy who just died. Yes, that one. Yeah.
The CDF son.
The son. And you're saying, oh, these stupid bloggers. And I'm looking at him.
He said that?
Yeah, he said the bloggers are stupid because they put out his dad's death before it had gone through the right channels. I'm like, nigga. We are the right channels. Yeah, those ones are dead. Yeah, you better put some respect on our name.
The right channel.
Joel. Is his name Joel? Put some respect on our name because this is the new way of doing things. So today, if somebody dies, you'll probably see it on social media before you are informed.
Yeah.
So
if this guy's give you a good offer, would you go back?
Who?
Pay you a few meters to get back to radio.
It depends on how much. Me and my landlord.
What would be your cutoff point? A meter.
No, a meter I make a meter easily, so maybe. I mean, a meter is quite enticing if you think about it. Just to go do 2-3 hours.
Because you see, you can still do your stuff on the side. Huh?
No, if I could do it from my house, I would take a meter.
So you just send in the files. And
Yes. No, I mean nowadays you can connect live.
Yeah. So Paul, man, the camera screwed us up, bro.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's the owner of the camera.
The owner of the camera screwed us up. That's why I hate this guy.
Yeah, you need to throw him off a balcony. Let that be a priority.
Wait, so what are you asking?
I was asking Kibe how Africa is going. Like, how's it so far? How's the process?
So I'll be very honest. Yeah, this is very painful. Oh, it's not painful, but I'll just say it how it is. You see, so my idea was when I started the Africa was to have something built by local people. So I got some students from KU and SUA and I got a couple of guys, sat down with them and decided this is what we're building. We're building the future. Some character development, my friend. Yeah. I'm still bleeding from my ass from all the money that I spent on those little motherfuckers. So what I did is I had to now go back to the drawing board and build a new platform. So that has taken me another maybe 2-3 months.
So you had to go back again.
Yeah.
Shoot all this young
So
money.
so we're supposed to be launching it on the 29th. At least now it will be ready.
A fresh launch.
Yes, a whole new thing. So I'm going to come back to everybody and tell them, okay, now I have a new baby in Africa, so you guys jump on it. So that's where I am right now. So right now, it doesn't exist.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so it's still an idea in my head. So what I created had so many bugs, and we couldn't fix these bugs because either the expertise or just the lack of willingness in our nature as Kenyans. I don't know what it is.
What if you took it out of the Kenyan developers and use some Indians?
Indians are good.
Yeah, they're good, man.
Indians are good, yeah. Indians take their job seriously. For us, we always think of what we can get from you before we even think about what the job is.
Because someone is already asking you for money for their money.
Yes, I mean, it's all about what are you giving me, and they're holding you ransom throughout the whole process. So I was like, I'm not going to be held ransom. Either you're here to work for yourself or you're not. So if you cannot work for yourself, you can't work for me. Because you need to wake up in the morning, leave your house, or do whatever it is that is supposed to be done. Now, if you cannot do that for yourself, how dare you lie to me that you can do that for me? So there's a self-sabotage that happens around Kenya. You find that with designers, with editors, with these professionals.
You guys are doing the list, huh?
Self-sabotage. Because success is too much for you. So you'd rather remain as a complainer, as a victim. So we do that self-sabotage.
Yeah.
But
because with self-sabotage, it enables you to wield that power. You know, it's like I'd rather fail, but it be my own doing, other than will risk and
because you will join the rest of the group of people, and you guys can be together talking about how you failed.
Yeah.
Right now, you can hear people talking about the floods, saying Sakaja has failed. Where has Sakaja failed? Nairobi was built on a swamp. Where has Sakaja failed? Sakaja doesn't. What is he supposed to do? You complain to Sakaja, let's be honest. What is he supposed to do? Come and get the water from your hood. So we must confront reality. Even as much as you may hate Sakaja, even as corrupt as he is, or as he is allegedly, bro, it has rained. What the fuck do you expect that nigga to do?
you cannot change nature.
So, but people, you'll see them online complaining. And when they leave Nairobi, they go to another county, they're complaining about that county governor there. So that's our culture. Our culture is to complain. And then when you complain, the white man comes in, he gives you some small money, and then you go start an NGO, and I'll say, my work, this NGO will be pumping water out of the estates.
When it rains.
When it rains.
They'll come with a mega pump.
Yoga.
Then they'll charge you per day.
Bro. So that's who we are. So understand that Kenya is an NGO, and everybody who's been put there is a manager. Is a manager of an NGO. NGO, sorry. That's it. So I have no feelings for anything. Wale wanadedi. Unajua kuna Tanzania, minister wa Tanzania alisema hakuna mafuriko. Akauliza, what do you mean? Hatuna mafuriko. Because sasa maji pale imeenda, si hapo ndio natural habitat ya maji.
Habitat.
Habitat ya maji. So maji kirudi pale kama pale inaitwaje, Green Park.
Yeah.
You know Green Park?
Yeah, Green Park, yeah. There's Green Park and there's that 360 whatever.
Ukipata place maji iko, ujue hapo ndio maji hiyo kamkore rest. So wewe
Wewe ndio uko kwa maji.
Wewe ndio uko kwa maji.
Si maji iko kwako.
Maji iko kwako. Wewe ndio uko kwa maji. So do whatever you need to do and get out that shit. Yeah. So these are the hard conversations that we need to have. And just stop blaming people holela just for nothing. Think beyond what you're seeing. That's it.
What do you think of the Kenyan average, the work ethic set?
No, it's bullshit. We don't know what we're doing. We don't have work ethic. We're not trustworthy. We're not dependable. So we are a scourge on the face of the earth.
A curse.
Smear on the
We're like that shit that is left there when you use
the carbon one.
Yeah.
You start
Don't you have to
being on
scrap?
it, you can't go away.
How are you able to do a show daily, maze, for a year, Joe?
That consistency is
Bro,
crazy.
I still do shows daily. Every morning I wake up, I do a show.
The space.
Yeah,
Right?
spaces. Every morning I wake
Do you wake
up.
up feeling like shit today? I have to start a space.
Bro, every day I wake up and I'm like, if you don't do this, what else do you have left?
Is that what makes you now switch on
What
the
else are you going to do today if you don't start with this? Who are you going to tell? Bro, like now this is work for me. When I go home, I'm going to be patting myself on the back. Hey, good show. You see what I mean? So this is my life. So I wake up and that's what I do. When I was in Stato, I used to plan for my shows. That was all I did.
What did you have any other things to do in between shows? Like you'd finish the space. I don't know what time it is to be in the States. Here it would be like 10, no, or
So
11.
In the States, what time was it? It was adult.
When you're running the
So,
space.
so 8 hours behind.
Yeah.
So if it has to be morning here, then I start the space at midnight.
Huh?
Yes,
Midnight.
midnight. And I run the space for 6 hours. And then I take a nap and I wake up to do
The 10 p.m.
the 10 p.m. which is saa nane ya mchana huko. So midnight, kutoka midnight sijalala the whole night ikifanya show because it is morning in Kenya. Alafu ni take a nap ama kama kuna kazi because at that time we were doing I was helping George with what he was doing.
Oh, you also helping on the
Yes,
side.
so George had a good hustle there.
Yeah.
So on the side I was making that cash. But my main hustle is what I do. So if there was a job, George had a job and there's my hustle, I would do this first. Let's look for somebody else to do that. So it's very clear. It's very clear what I was doing there. I was not doing the job. I was doing this. That's why I was able to do it daily, every day. And then I didn't focus on bitches at all.
No women.
No women. Bro.
Whatsoever.
I only kulana 3 times.
The entire year.
3 years.
3 years. Once a year.
Once a year.
On Christmas, was it like
You plan one chick for long.
On your
or
birthday.
No, 3 times.
one chick for like a year.
one row each?
Bro, 3 rounds. I ejaculated thrice in 3 years. And one kwanza was a woman who was 40. I was just like, man, this desperation is really horrible. Then the other was like a fresh, I would just come from Kenya. Oh, Kibe, I mean, you I was like, but beyond that, I didn't touch a jungle, I didn't touch anybody. I had to focus on this shit that I was doing. And let me tell you, the day that I called that old woman, that 40-year-old woman, she was in my bed at 10 in the morning and I was getting worked up because I have to prepare for my show.
Oh, you also had prep.
I mean, a show is a show. You have to prepare for it.
Yeah.
You have to get in the zone.
You need to find the topics, things to talk about.
You
do
must get in
research.
the
videos,
zone,
arrange
yes,
them
whatever
in-
it is. You must arrange the videos that you have. You must start getting in the zone. You must.
So you had no life apart from the job you're doing.
That was, bro, this thing gives me satisfaction. It gives me so much, bro, I feel like I nut every time I do a show.
So that's why
So
you
if
do
I
it
nut in a woman, then there's no show to do. Because what motivation do I have? So there's something about this semi-meditation that makes a man want to do, want to focus
Oh
on his
yeah,
hustle.
yeah, that's true.
There's that.
Yeah.
So that really helped me because I didn't focus on women. So even when I went out, Nini, if I talked to a woman, it was just, I would keep it surface level. No numbers, no nothing. Beyond that, I'm not interested.
How come women want to hang with you 24 hours a day, but like they don't want to let you go and do your work, but they still want you to be a mega successful person?
So you have
Like,
to
it's
decide.
crazy.
So you have to decide what you want. Because if you're going to be successful, you won't have time for women. You cannot be both. You pick one. Either you go with the bitches or you go with the success.
And if you get
Quick math,
success, the bitches will come.
They will always come and then you will choose. They will come themselves. Utakuwa unaingia Tinder unapata tu watu wote wameswipe right on you. Unaingia unapata 600 matches. Like shit.
Were you on the app when you were there? Like how's Tinder there in the US?
So Tinder, they blocked me because I was getting too many matches.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they don't want you to be a popular guy there. So like, fuck it, bro. I landed. This thing was blowing up. All your Castros were there.
So now you're not doing. You're back now to doing the lives, right?
So I'm back to doing the lives. I got bored of waiting for Africa to take off. So I'm back to doing the lives. Yeah. So every night there's going to be a new live that I'm doing. So this week I'm in Nairobi, so that may be a bit sporadic, but I'm back
Oh, okay.
to doing the lives. Yes.
guys back, and he said it over here on this spot. So
That's,
man, I know you guys have to run, so thanks for coming through to this spot, man.
Thank you for inviting me. You guys are cool vibes. Appreciate the lunch, the beer.
I think you should come back again. It's this.
Yeah, but next time have some chiles or
Come hang with them.
have one chile hanging on that window. Have another one.
Another one twerking at the door.
Twerking is a must.
Shout out to Erigo Yugi also.
Yugi, thank you very
the
much
man
for making
behind
this
the
happen.
scenes.
Yeah, man, nice guy, man. So,
So before we go, tell me how is the comedy scene in the streets?
no, it's good. It's growing. We've been at it since 2017. So it's we did our second festival last week, and it was sold out.
Perfect.
So it's
Perfect.
we've.
I actually wanted to come for that, just that we didn't get a ticket.
I think your flights got messed up. With flights, huh?
Yeah.
So we had we've bonded now with the South African comics. Because I remember when I wanted to start doing English stand-up, international style, I went to SA. And when I went there, I saw this guy who was headlining our show last
Bobby
week.
Collins.
So I went there, I was like, shit, this thing is different. What we're doing at Churchill Show. So I went there, and then it was just surreal that same guy who I was admiring was at our show last week.
Nice.
Yeah. So they've bonded with us. They want to do this exchange program stuff. That means we are onto something. Yeah. So there are many young guys. My belief in these young guys, Kina Bashir, I feel like they're the ones who carry the comedy thing to where it's supposed to be.
They need direction though.
Yeah.
So they need us to tell them not to fear, because most of the time they get bullied.
Out of what they're
So
doing.
we must protect them. We must protect them against the evil that is out there in the streets, because for you, it's like looking at your son. You must protect him for him to become strong. But when he's strong, he doesn't need protection. So right now, this is a very young industry. So you must protect these guys against the feminists, against all the people who want to destroy them. Because sometimes a comedian might say something that rubs people the wrong way. Does he have to get cancelled? So you must protect this industry against cancel culture. That means you must take cancel culture and fuck it in the ass.
Do you think everyone who's doing content like us guys should be on Rumble now?
You know, I'm stalling on selling other websites because
Should they be on Africa?
I really believe everybody should be in Africa. I actually do believe that is a nice way to go, because for us, it's us. So yes, Rumble and even YouTube. I'm not really. I don't have a heartburn against anybody, because you do what you have to do with your platform. But I think we can do more if we put it like on a platform that is ours. So I'm really pushing for Africa. And once it's ready, I'm going to come and sit you guys down and petition you to jump on that shit. And let's build, because content is content.
And guys will find it wherever
Content
it is.
is key. You tell them, go find it here, they'll find it.
Yeah.
Netflix came in here the other day. The other day when us guys were seeing, I used to have a movie shop up here in Langata.
Yeah, Media
Netflix
Kali.
found us here. Oh, you remember Media
Yeah,
Kali?
I even saw you there, Media Kali,
Yeah.
a couple of times.
So, I mean, think about that. Why did we transition that into a Kenyan Netflix? Because we don't believe in our shit.
How's that Roku guy? Remember the guy who said Roku?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it doing well?
I
Is it still around?
don't know. Have you heard about it?
No, not lately.
Exactly. So we have to protect our stand-up comedians. We have to protect our creatives against the attack from outside, against attack from other forces. But that's it. But thank you for inviting me, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks
for
for
coming
coming
through, man. It's
Yeah.
been an amazing conversation. Personally, at some point, I forgot I was an interviewer, and I was just like the knowledge and everything you guys are vibing. I'm like, shit. Like, I'm glad we are archiving this. You know, like in future, I'm glad people are gonna watch this and they get all the knowledge from both of you.
Yeah, these long form conversations are good, because then you're able to express yourself
And
properly.
then also, I was talking to him, we didn't want it to be an interview, man. We just wanted to talk.
Well, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a good time when we were eating.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why not translate it on camera?
flows into this.
Yeah. So cheers, man. Thanks for coming through. Peace. See you guys on the next one.
Adios.
Bye-bye.